Hello and welcome to Playpen Education. My name is Poonam Bhardwaj and I've been associated with the field of education for over 30 years. If you've decided to start your preschool, you're in the right place. I'll share my experiences with you and help you through the steps that are required to open the preschool. Now, when you open a preschool, the first thing that comes to your mind is what kind of registration is required, how do I go about it? So, for preschool, there is no central government body that you need to register with. Just like class 1 to 12 schools, they must have an affiliation with a state board or CBSE or ICSE, depending on what kind of school board they wish to run. For preschools, there isn't yet any such formal requirement. However, every state, every city has its own set of rules and regulations. So, I would advise you to find out what exactly these requirements are in order to set up your preschool. I have known of instances where housing societies, where people have wished to open preschools, the RWA or the Residents Welfare Association has its own set of requirements. So, it will help you if you list out what all these requirements, regulatory requirements are, and then work on these one by one. If you consult with a lawyer or a chartered accountant who is known to you or who is familiar with the regulations of your particular state, that will be a real help because they know exactly how to go about the process of completing these formalities. In addition, you must register your society or trust or company in order to run your school. Now, when these formalities are being taken care of, simultaneously you can start looking for a place to run your preschool. Now, location is of utmost importance for any business, not just the preschool, because location can make or break your business. Now, your requirement is that to run a preschool, you need to have admission of children who are in the age group of say 2 to 6. So, you must look for an area where there is high density of population, particularly young population. If parents are working, especially in the metros, it is an added advantage because parents are looking for a reliable place not only to keep their children, but where their child will learn while they are away at work. Housing societies are very good because you have 500 or 1000 or even 2500 flats within a very limited area. So, the density of population is high and the likelihood of children being there is very great. So, you will never run short of admissions. So, these are the first two things that you need to take care of, the regulatory requirements as well as the location and the actual place where you are going to run your preschool. So, I would advise a 2 or 3 BHK, approximately 1500 square feet is good enough on the ground floor, preferably to run your preschool. If you are able to find that, if you own a place, a commercial property where you can do that, wonderful, but even residential standalone bungalows or flats are often used in order to run play school once you have adhered to all the regulatory requirements. Now that you have your building in which you wish to run your preschool, you need to look at the exterior and interior. The exterior must be very attractive because when parents come for admission, seeking admission for their children, first impressions are very important. So, your building must be attractive, it should be colorful. So, you can get the walls painted, the exterior walls painted with cartoon characters or bright colors. You should have somebody standing at the entrance to greet the parents and also as a security measure. These things are very important because parents take into consideration all of this when they are coming to your school for admission. So, it should be clean, the whole environment of the school should be very clean, it should be colorful, it should be child friendly. For the interior, as with the exterior, the walls can be done up in bright colors. If painting is very expensive and you have a budget that you are working on, you could get some good posters, child friendly posters that you can put up in the walls of your classrooms. These are also easy to change after a year or two because a paint job will cost you much more. You need to have furniture that is child friendly, which means again colorful, attractive, no sharp edges, no toxic paint. There are many dealers in town who supply child furniture, but please make sure that you confirm from them that the paint is lead free, the material used is child friendly, because these are very small children under your care and you do not want any accidents to happen just because tables and chairs have sharp edges. These things are to be taken care of. You will also need some toys for the external use as well as for within the classrooms. So, you have swings, slides, tricycles that you can place wherever there is. See, it depends on how big your building is, how much space you have on the outside, how much space you have inside. If possible, it would be wonderful to have a sand pit. It may not be very big, but of whatever size you can manage, because sand play is an important part of preschool development. You can also have a little splash pool. There are many kinds of very beautiful splash pools that can be used when needed, and then you can fold it away, drain out the water and put it away. Particularly in summers in warm places, splash pools are very attractive for children, and they are always happy to have a fun day splashing in the pools. Marketing is a very important of starting up any business, and it's no different from preschools. You're setting up a wonderful school and parents around must know that this is coming up. So, you need to create a buzz. Get some pamphlets printed, put them in local newspapers and have them distributed locally. Remember one thing, that no matter how good your school is, parents would not wish to send their child 10 kilometers across town. So, within a 3-kilometer radius is the usual area of the admissions that you will be getting. So, you need to focus on this area. You can have your leaflets and pamphlets distributed outside parks, in the marketplace. You can also place these at a pediatrician's office or a dental clinic where children go. Any place where parents, young parents are there, and they should be able to pick up the leaflet and see what's happening. You can also put some hoardings, banners, do an event if possible. All right, let parents know that you are establishing a good preschool, and if they find value for money, if they find it's what they are looking for, definitely they will come and at least inquire for admissions, which is what you require initially. Now, while you are doing this, at the same time you must think of your staffing needs. Because the children in your care are so young, you will need one adult for every 10 to 12 children. You will also need an assistant in every classroom. You will also need a couple of ayas or maids. Now, these small children need help going to the toilet, they will throw up, they will create litter, all right. And although through the curriculum you will imbibe to them how not to litter or how not to dirty a place, you will still need a lot of help cleaning up the mess after them, keeping your school litter free, taking the children to the toilet. So, all these staffing needs have to be taken care of, and you should advertise for staff members. If you get trained teachers, that is absolutely wonderful, but if you don't, if there is some constraint regarding the budget, or in case you are not able to find the right people, go with your gut feeling. You can always train the teachers yourself, but there should be certain qualities that you look for, which is that they should be comfortable around children, they should be able to tend to the needs of children, they should understand the development needs of children, and they should also be good with artwork, because you will need to put a lot of artwork up in the classrooms and to display the work of students, to help them with art, craft, because these are the primary learning tools in the very young children. And finally, we take a look at the curriculum. Now, these children, many of them are coming to school for the first time. They need to learn to socialize with other children. At home, they are all VIPs, they don't have to share their toys with anyone, their books or anything else. So when they come to school, they have to establish themselves into a routine. They have to settle down. They have to know that this is the place where I keep my bag and my water bottle. They have to learn to mingle with the other children, to share things with them, to not fight, which is very, very common in small children. They may bite each other. Now, your curriculum has to be such that it addresses child's development needs on an individual basis as well as a group. So, there must be activities related to both kinds of situations. You will also need to take care that their muscular development happens. So, we are talking about fine muscular growth, that is the small muscles of the fingers. So, playing with Play-Doh, playing with little toys, tearing paper, scribbling takes care of this. Then there is large muscular growth of the arms and legs. So, every time a child jumps, hops, crawls, their large muscular growth is happening. They also need to learn the language. They should be able to speak the language, slowly start reading and writing. Mathematics, they must know what the value assigned to 1, 2, 3 is, what it means when you say bring me 2 books. All right. So, singing, dancing, rhymes, all these activities are great for children. So, you will have to incorporate all these into the curriculum. If you are going for the franchise route, the franchisees will provide you books and other related material, but in case you are going on your own, you will have to look around and make sure that all of this is incorporated into your curriculum. So, all the best. Keep watching out this space for more videos. Anything related to preschool, I will share with you. If you have any queries, please leave your queries in the comment box, or you can write to me directly at playpenindia@gmail.com. That's PLAYPENINDIA, playpenindia@gmail.com. If you have liked the video, please do hit the like button, share it with your friends, they may also benefit from it, and do remember to subscribe the channel, because I will be sharing many useful videos with you that will help you establish as well as run your preschool. Thanks and goodbye.